Here with Robert Morris volleyball coach Dale Starr as the Colonials are back inside the friendly confines of the North Athletic Complex for a couple of weekend matches in NEC play. LIU Brooklyn, the first opponent on Friday, and St. Francis Brooklyn, the second opponent on Saturday. The last match with the Blackbirds, a very competitive one, very back and forth. Didn't get the result you wanted. What do you expect from them this time, and what can you do to reverse the outcome?
We expect a whole lot of the same. I mean, we played a pretty solid match. We just made a few too many unforced errors at costly times, and we made more errors than they did, and that's generally how games go. If you make more errors than your opponents, they're generally going to beat you. So I thought we did a lot of really nice things. There's some things that we've seen on film that we're going to try to correct from our standpoint. Things that they like to do against us that we're also going to try to defend a little bit better and hopefully have a different result. I mean, it's hard to play on the road in this conference. It's a lot harder to play on the road than it is at home, and we're hoping that's to our benefit these last 7 since we're at home for 5 of them.
And to your point, LIU Brooklyn coming in perfect at home, 4 and 5 on the road, so it absolutely is very hard to win on the road. Sort of a roller coaster season so far. Started off very well, at least as far as NEC play goes, in a bit of a skid right now, trying to break out. What are some of the things that can be improved upon to get back on the correct side of the ledger?
Well, our defense has been struggling a little bit, so that's been a big focus of ours this week. We're allowing teams to hit way too high of a percentage against us. So we've been doing a big emphasis on our block and being solid defensively and making sure we're staying disciplined and just making a few more plays defensively than we've made so far this season in conference. So if that turns around, hopefully we can turn the corner.
Brianna Frakes individually has a very sporting chance at becoming the third different player with 3,000 career assists. She's very close, just about 100 away or so coming into this weekend. What can you say about her as you kind of look back and take a macro view of her time here?
Up and down. She had a rough first year or so, and there was a lot of expectations on her coming in, and I think the last 2 years she's really done a good job of solidifying those expectations, this year in particular. She's really matured, she's really grown a lot. She used to be very, very difficult on herself, and it was hard to get her to overcome that, but I think she sees the bigger picture now, and coming down the home stretch of her senior year, I think she's just really kind of appreciating everything she's worked for, and she's starting to see some fruits of her labor, and to be the third or fourth player to hit 3,000 assists in a career, that's something that not very many people can say. So, that's a great milestone for her. I'm proud of her. I'm proud of the way she stepped up in a leadership role this year. And, she's really matured into a great leader for this program.
And speaking of great program leaders, finally, Amanda Graham, it was announced earlier this week, is going to be going into the Robert Morris Athletics Hall of Fame. That's going to be official. The ceremony is coming up this approaching February. You and Amanda were kind of like 2 ships passing in the night, I guess. Her last year was your first year with the program. But with that being said, what do you remember about Amanda and what she accomplished here?
Oh, Amanda was a tremendous player. She was a great worker. She was a great leader. Just came in and went to work and did her job every day. I wish I would have had a couple more years with her, because I think that she could have accomplished something. She accomplished a ton while she was here. Don't get me wrong, but I really wish I would have had another year or so to coach her. She really led us that year. They were coming off a really down year. We ended up going, I think, 13-3 in the NEC and losing to Sacred Heart in the conference championship. We had a legitimate shot to win the outright conference championship that year. And she was a gigantic part of that. It was her leadership that really helped me to be able to get these kids to buy into what we were trying to do. And it's hard. It's hard coming in with a new coach, and we had a pretty veteran group coming in. So she was a big part of getting that group to buy in, and really led us. 4-time all-conference kid. What else can you say? Her name's littered all over our record book. So she was a tremendous player, tremendous leader. She's turned into a tremendous person. She's down in Florida, got a little boy, married happily. She's a pharmacist now, and she's really made a lot out of her life, and I had no doubt that she would.
Making a difference, absolutely. And the current Colonials, once again, meanwhile, looking to get some revenge on those Brooklyn teams. First, it's LIU Brooklyn coming here Friday at 7 p.m. St. Francis Brooklyn is approaching Saturday at 5 p.m. Head coach Dale Starr, good luck this weekend.
Thank
Coach.
you, appreciate it.